in one, but it's just to dang, this shirt down with it. But it's just to kind of broaden my drum vocabulary. Like I'm always a student to myself, really. Like whatever I do, I start off with it slow, and my goal is to get that mug like going crazy, like fast. All the same money, but it's like a flammer. Definite hand builder, like for real, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm still working on this, but it's, so it's like. They be kicking my butt, I be kicking their butt. We be fighting, you know what I'm saying? But that's something that I made up and I said, I was like, man, I need to be a rudiment because that mug it ain't easy, especially when you start speeding it up, you know what I'm saying? And then a lot of times, like when we are right-handed or left-handed, we end up resulting to that whatever hand we are. You know what I'm saying? So like sometimes I'll do it and I want to go. Some things that your brain is just automatic to when you don't work it out for different ways, you know what I'm saying? Any other questions?
I have 2 questions for you.
Yes, sir.
So did you go to school for music?
No, not at all. I did learn how to read though. I started learning how to read notes when I was, it's crazy. I started going to drum lessons probably when I was like, maybe 13 or 14, something like that. I was learning how to read. I did all I could do. Matter of fact, I think it was younger than that. It might have been like 12 or something. I couldn't stay in lessons. Unfortunately, we couldn't afford it. Like, most of y'all don't know, my dad, like I grew up with my dad on drugs, like all my life pretty much. And like his drug problem was eating up the money all the time, you know what I'm saying? So it was a couple times where like the guy that was giving me lessons, like he let me come for free, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, y'all know how it goes. It's like time is money, and he did that because he just, really believed in me and wanted to see me do good. So like, he would let me come for free every once in a while and just come and sit, talk to him, watch him, and everything else. You know what I'm saying? But then when I got to high school, I read a little bit. I actually played the quints in high school.
Search me.
I was reading that music, of course, you know what I'm saying? And then after, I did a few things with like some charts and stuff like that. And then I had started playing professionally, I think when I was in, the summer of my 16. So when I was going into my senior year, that's when I started really traveling and playing and doing some gigs. I was playing with this guy that was opening for Ricky Diller a lot. You know what I'm saying? So that's what, my story kind of crazy, even with that, because it's like, I knew who Ricky was. Matter of fact, Rex was doing some spilling dates with Ricky at the time, so I was seeing Rex a lot, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really, like that didn't require me to read. So by that time, like I was just kind of not reading anymore. Then I had to get back in the charts, and stuff like later on in the like American Idol, but it was a McDonald's, the restaurant, or the fast food chain. They sponsored a TV show, and it was called Sound Off. And I was doing that, and I probably should have been reading it. Probably would. I mean, it would have made it easier, but back then, you know how we are. Like when we learn shows, we can learn it. A lot of others can't do that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
When I said a lot of others, but like we can listen to some stuff and play it. You know what I'm saying? We don't remember the whole show from start to finish, especially after we practice it for good couple days or whatever. So I was good. I didn't really have to read and use the charts and stuff.
Yeah. So I know I said two, but you answered my second one. I was gonna ask you about rudiments, but you already answered it.
Oh.
You went to high school and played those, and that's where you learn all your rudiments and stuff.
The rudiments I just went through. I had these books. I had syncopation. I had Rose.
Yes, sir.
I had Chris Coleman gave me this book called New Breed, which is I understood how he think now. I'm like, oh, you crazy. Chris is like Chris Coleman is something else. So that's where I really got down the movements because we wasn't doing none of that stuff. Like, and same thing with that. Like I read it for probably like the first week because in high school you do them shows at halftime, like where it's walking and marching and all that stuff. Man, I wouldn't. At that time, I probably was. I don't want to say my sharpest, but I was learning how to remember stuff because I did not feel like reading it the whole time. Like I didn't want to look down while marching and remembering it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I just needed to read it, learn it, play it over and over and over again, and then like not look again. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the drummers they had the stuff taped to, either wherever they could see it. You know what I'm saying? Where they had those little music stands and stuff. I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I appreciate it.
I learned a lot of it kind of before, high school. And I met Chris Coleman like I think the first year I was out of high school, and he gave me that book. So that was the continuance of where some of the stuff I already knew.
No.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I do. Was you? How did you really establish your brand for real? Because I know you said that's all you wear, but like when it come down to the profit margin type aspect, what tips do you really have for us young musicians? Because I mean, everybody's sort of start their own business and branding now. What are some real tips that we all could apply to business?
Man, that's a great question, man. Right now, and this is something, it's crazy, dude. Like, just to remember, the first step, I would say, is remember that it is not like sprint. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna say, like, straight up, it's a marathon. You gotta think, like, when people say, like, never give up on the things that you see. First is vision, of course. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta see yourself, see where you want to be, map that first. Put the pin in that, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like GPS. You always put the destination in and then you see the point, you know what I'm saying? And then you see where you are. And it's about taking the steps to get there. But man, at this point, like, I know that for me soon, I'm not sure how soon. I'm not sure how soon God gonna. I'm not sure how he's gonna do it or when he's gonna do it. But soon, like, I shouldn't have to play for people. You know what I'm saying? Like soon, sometime soon. I'm saying it. I'm speaking it. I've been speaking it. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a nonprofit business that is very beneficial. You know what I'm saying? And a nonprofit. I'm still playing drums. I'm still doing things. I just do it for myself in a way that most people don't because they always chasing the big stage. You know what I'm saying? And I've kind of like, I haven't even been on like the biggest stages I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? But with the career that I've had, I've been on some great things, some pretty big major things. You know what I'm saying? I did a show with Quincy Jones. I never thought I would do that. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, you know, there's so many drummers in LA. I ended up in LA doing this show for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy, but I'm saying like just the business that I built is not necessarily something that is for everybody. A lot of people not really thinking about it because they definitely want like the lights, the camera, you know, all of that stuff. And it's like I have daughters and I want the money. I want to take care of them the best way I can, and me. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's that the destination. You know, knowing where you want to go, where you want to be. The mind shift. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's drummers that you don't hear about at all making more than all of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like when you really say, okay, I want to be a musician and I want to take care of my family doing this, everything else goes out the, like, it kind of goes out the window. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I didn't done the road for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I was able to get my mom a house. Like, I didn't even get me a house. I got her a house. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm on the road. Like, I'm skipping me now. I'm going to, you know, my daughters. You know what I'm saying? Take care of them and doing stuff. So it's all about keeping your eye on your goal. You know, knowing what it is, moving. Sometimes, like, I mean, I've been talked about several times, like, as far as, like, they be like, man, you always got on your brand, and you always got this on. You don't own no other shirts, do you? I'm like, of course I own other shirts, you know what I'm saying? But when I got on other shirts, I don't get stopped in the airport for people asking me, what's this? Or I have on a Jordan shirt, they know what a Jordan shirt is. When I have this on, they don't know what it is. So when I'm walking in the airport, they're like, all the time I'm getting stopped by, what's that? I've seen that before. And, you know, whatever the case, you know what I'm saying? Because I put it out here, you know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to wear this stuff all the time and put it out there. Like, it may be boring to us, my peers or whatever, but it's a whole world. They've never seen it. They still like, well, what is this? So then when they asking, I'm getting a chance to further my brand and be like, oh, this is my brand. You know, I represent Rhythm of Life, nonprofit corporation. You know what I'm saying? And nonprofit business and everything. And it's like, they're like, oh, okay, what's that? And I'm always getting engagement with people just because of that. You know what I'm saying? That answers your question.
Yep.
How did you become involved with Block DJ?
Man, I grew up with him. I mean, I grew up under him, I guess I should say. Like, there was this guy named Steve Anderson that was in South Bend. I was playing for him. He actually lives in Dallas now. I think it was Dallas or Houston. One or two, Dallas or Houston.